The first of the 3 Dawn Trail live letters was last night. We have quite a bit of information and we know how everything's going to go down and when it's going to go down. We know when the benchmark's going to come out. We know when all the events are going to be coming out. We know one of the big social features that's coming out. Let's talk about all of it. So first off, hi, I'm Eagle Falcon, variety streamer on Twitch and occasional YouTube video maker. Work on that last part. But in any case, I cover a lot of Final Fantasy stuff because I'm a big fan of Final Fantasy. Today is all about Final Fantasy XIV Dawn Trail. Their very first live letter for Dawn Trail has happened, and we have info. First off, the official benchmark will be out tomorrow, April 14th, and it will be out at, what are they talking about here? They're saying midnight Pacific. So, wait, does that mean it'll be out like, no, 2 a.m. my time. No, never mind. In any case, it will in fact be, it is in fact be out tomorrow. So, the main reason why the benchmark tool is so important, Dawn Trail is introducing a graphical update. They showcased a lot of the graphical update. I'm going to save you the amount of time they showed it off. I'm just telling you, it makes the detail in the world look so much better. It is staggering, the difference when you look at it side by side. It is incredible. Okay. With that, system requirements go up. You want to make sure that, in fact, your PC can run Dawn Trail just fine. Yeah, it's just a good idea. That and you get a lot of hints. I'll talk about all the speculations and try to break down the benchmark trailer in another video. I want to keep my speculation to separate from reporting on the news. That'll be out tomorrow. All right, we have that. Next up, the other big thing they looked over, and this actually was kind of surprising. A lot of people were hoping for this, and nobody thought it was going to actually happen. And that is improvements to social aspects, specifically the blacklist. First off, they say they have enhanced blacklist functionality, a mute list has been added, a term filter has been added, the state expulsion feature has been added, and enhanced lodestone privacy settings. Let's go over each one by one. I'm actually going to start with the mute list. You know what the mute list is? The mute list is what the blacklist is now. That's all it is. Plain and simple. You put someone on your mute list, you will not hear them. You will still be able to see them, but you will not be able to hear them. Which is all there is to it. The enhanced blacklist. If you put someone on your blacklist, you will not be able to hear them. You will not be able to see them. If you are sick and tired of people with shirtless male Rogadin trying to obstruct and be obnoxious in a public square, you can just blip them all out of existence. It's that simple. I'm not pointing fingers, but I know a lot of people who just hang out in spaces know exactly what we're talking about. All right. Blacklist feature will be very useful for that. Apparently there was also some stuff that happened on the JP servers that bring this more necessary, but I don't know the details on that. Okay. The other thing, the new blacklist, you will still be able to get those people in duty finders. If you do, their name will not appear. They will simply appear as unknown, and you will not be able to hear them, but you will be able to see that they tried to say something and can check to view it. Okay. So that's all interesting. That's all well and good. I think it's gonna be a great addition. We're gonna get to some of the other stuff though. There is also now a term filter. So let's say there is a specific term that is considered normal in another culture that you don't like, and you just don't want to see it, mostly because you're a streamer and don't want that sort of word appearing, whatever it may be. There's plenty of scenarios out there, more than I can keep track on. You can go ahead and just filter it out. Enter the term, it will never appear. It will just disappear, never to be seen. Next up, and this is probably gonna be the big one, and venue owners rejoiced. That is the estate expulsion feature. What this means is that the owner of an estate or people that the estate owner gives permission to can put a blacklist for people on the estate and make it so they cannot enter the grounds. That was the specific term they used. They cannot enter the estate grounds. Now, here's what I don't know. What is the estate grounds? Is that just the house? Can they just, when you try to click on the door, they're not allowed in? Or does it include the outdoor space, the yard? I don't know. I am not sure what they consider the grounds. Considering the term grounds, I would assume that includes the yard, but I don't want to assume things, because especially when you're talking about trying to get news from a Japanese language announcement, this funny thing called translation errors can occur, and you never want to assume a word means what you think it means. So this does mean that if you're running an indoor venue, it seems almost 100% certain that you'll be able to control who gets in and who doesn't. Also, if someone with the estate expulsion privilege is on grounds, anyone on their backlist is automatically not allowed on the grounds. They are automatically expelled from the estate. Okay. You know, that's, part of me thinks this can be abused, but I'm not sure how just yet. Granted, this news isn't even 24 hours old yet as of time of recording, so we'll have to see. And then lodestone privacy settings, you can now make it so that your character does not show up on the lodestone. Simple enough. If you don't want to be found on the lodestone, you can just not appear on the lodestone. Period. End of story. Now, the next thing they talked about, and this is the big one. Well, not really the big one, but the big one moving forward. They gave us the entire schedule for the events coming up. And much like some Savage fights recently, it turns out this content drought is backloaded. Ooh, is it backloaded? Which in this case is a good thing. So here's what we got coming. First things first, we already know currently right now, the FF16 crossover event is currently ongoing. That will end May 8th. So May 7th, last day to go do those 3 quests. I'm not going to lie, it's 2 hours. That's all you need to get this. You might not be able to get all the items because some of them are, well, actually a good number of lesser ones like orchestration roles and the Clive card are locked behind MGP, but there's a good chance, I have a theory, okay? I have a strong hunch that in fact, you'll be able to get these items after the event ends because of where they put them. I don't know this for sure, but we'll find out. Okay. So we know May 8th, last day for the 16 event. I would dare say just say May 7th, because most likely May 8th, it's going to end at crack of dawn o'clock. So don't even count May 8th. Just do it May 7th or sooner. Okay. Before then though, April 24th, the Yokai Watch collaboration event returns. We'll get into what that is later, but that is going to go apparently up to maintenance of Dawn Trail. That event is going to run over 2 months, just slightly over 2 months. That's nuts. Okay. Then May 15th is our next big day. May 15th, we see May 14th, it looks like we see the beginning of the Moogle Treasure Trove event. That then goes until the beginning of Dawn Trail. And hopefully that's going to be done in the same style as the part 1 of the Moogle Treasure Trove event, where more than just Praetorium will give you Moogle sticks. I'm serious. I love that. Keep doing that. So make sure you check your journal and get all the Moogle sticks you can that way and get rewards you want. And whatever you got left over, spend on maps. Do it. Okay. May 15th, you have the Make It Rain campaign beginning. This is usually we see at the beginning of June, which means all MGP inside the gold saucer is worth double. And there's a quest with most likely an emote that you get for free. Just do the event. get whatever it is. Good stuff. Also, May 15th, this is the big one. Media tour begins. Bunch of influencers that are better than me get to go out, get to play with the new content, get to see what the new jobs look like. The next day, May 16th, is our next producer live letter. That is going to be live letter 81. That is going to be focused all about the new jobs. All of your job questions are going to be answered then, most likely. All right. So we finally get to see what new Dragoon's going to look like. We're going to see what new Astro looks like. We're going to get our first real looks at Viper and Pictomancer and see what they're all about, as well as any sort of minor tweaks that are coming to the rest of them. Or hopefully we'll see a brand new class called Summoner. I do not like new Summoner. I'm sorry, I don't. All of that is just like the middle of May. It is going to be like Christmas for Dawn Trail Hype Train. All right. Media Tour ends at the end of May. We then go into June with Moogle Treasure Trove going. Make It Rain ends at the end of May. June 5th, Dragon Quest collab event returns. 2 weeks, very simple. It's going to be the same as last time, most likely. Go get your puff, go get your few items. It's like 2 hours, no big. Our last producer live letter is going to be on June 14th, and that's going to start talking about the MSQ that we're going to see in Dawn Trail. Important thing though, everything, for some reason, the Moogle Treasure Trove event ends on my birthday, apparently, on June 24th. The Yokai collaboration event goes all the way up to maintenance, which is a 48-hour maintenance covering both Wednesday and Thursday. Friday is when the servers come up for Dawn Trail, and we get to see what sort of horrors await us as far as early new expansion problems. Look, I'm not trying to be a downer. I just know what's going to happen. I know when an expansion launches, there's going to be problems. There's problems every single expansion. If all this expansion brings us is long queue times like we did for Endwalker, by God, that's a success compared to what we've seen in the past. I mean, what did early Dawn Trail, what did early Endwalker bring us? It brought us long queue times of about a half hour, disconnections from the queue, which was a problem, and squapes. That's it. Woo. Now let's talk about this yokai event, because this yokai event is going to be going on for 2 months. Someone posted this on Twitter, an entire like little graphic showing where it all begins. This all begins apparently in Ul'dah with a poor healed youth, and apparently there's like a whole thing that goes on with this that actually is like almost a mini Pokemon. You're going to be able to capture minions. There is, God, how many of them here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wait, 1, 2, 5, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 of these minions. And it looks like a weapon for everyone except, I don't think Reaper gets anything. I don't think Reaper and Sage have a weapon here, because this event apparently was before then. So yeah, it's all going to be about equipping the yokai watch you'll get, and then completing fates, earn medals, use medals to get minions, etc., etc., etc. And this is all going to be covering, it looks like, really early fate zones. So new players, it'll be something you do while you do MSQ and do just casual stuff, easy peasy. Early fate grinding is actually be viable. Although it also looks like all Heavensward and all Stormblood. It figures that now all fates in Stormblood and Heavensward areas are now viable for an event, now that I'm no longer in them for our own leveling adventures. Jerk. And then there's also 3 mounts to get, in addition to weapons and a bunch of minions. Not gonna lie, this is actually seems like a very involved event. So, I'm kind of surprised by this. Now, The rest of the live letter was actually spent going over statistics, but I'll be perfectly honest, it doesn't really... The statistics are silly, and there's plenty of other creators that are going to be covering them. So I just wanted to focus on the actual news that there's to talk about, and there is quite a lot of it, to say the least. So that is going to do it for me on this. Thank you so much for watching. Please if you have any comments, feel free to leave a comment down below and give a like while you're at it. And of course, I do stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/EagleFalcon, and I hope you have a great day. Bye-bye.